Lumi shines with a spark so bright, chasing dreams through the endless night. With a heart full of wonder and a mind so free, she's here to share her world. Come and see. It's Lumi's time. The story's hers to tell. Through the highs and lows, she does it so well. Come along, take the ride, feel the glow. Lumi's channels here, let the magic flow. From the stars to the sea, there's so much to find. A journey awaits with every step of the mind. Creativity flowing, she's ready to explore. Every moment's a chance to open a door. It's Lumi's time. The story's hers to tell. Through the highs and lows, she does it so well. Come along, take the ride, feel the glow. Lumi's channels here, let the magic flow. The adventure's just begun, so stay close and near. Lumi's here to light up the way, crystal clear. Story's hers to tell. Through the highs and lows, she does it so well. Come along, take the ride, feel the glow. Lumi's channels here, let the magic flow. Let the magic flow. The adventure's just begun, so stay close and near. Lumi's here to light up the way, crystal clear.
Good morning. Yeah, I gotta switch the camera right. No, I had to manually do this today because there you go. There was an issue about something about sockets or something. It couldn't get a connection in, so thus we had to manually set this up to go on instead of using the automated tools because of that reason. But we're here. We're here when we are live, and I hope we stay that way. Ebony said that Discord's not working on her phone. I suppose it could be. Make sure that you got the latest updated Discord because they have been changing the software a lot. So if it said that your Discord is obsolete, you might want to go to the Google Play and check for updates on that. So the reason why we have it on the Twitch bot checks posting the links is because of the fact that, like I said this morning, it was claiming it couldn't get a socket connection, so it was just easier just to have a backup feed going up on the alternative networks at the same time. Now, Wednesday we had a night show that was pretty interesting, but since I didn't have my hair on, some people couldn't tell who's who. Like, even though you could hear the difference in their voices, some people still couldn't tell who's who. Imagine Michelle dyed her hair brown. Oh, Christ. I wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. Then I would have to wear that ugly white wig from hell. That makes me look worse than Santa Claus on a bad hair day. Right, exactly. Anyway, Rusty the Cat's here, and he's doing cat stew, showing his big feet. See, you can see him over here. He's been happier since he's been going outside a little bit in the morning. And the door is nice to have open because you get good in the cross breeze in the apartment, which is very important to get air because this place can get very stuffy indeed in here. So, I don't like the restream much better, really. Well, restream is just like StreamYards. It actually licensed from StreamYards the software that Restream uses. Yeah. Well, Bottrix is just a tool that helps make it easier for us to keep people abreast of all the different links. And because of the it also gives us a backup feed to keep the things working when things go awry. Hey, Mr. Kitty? Yeah, we all know about awry, huh? Yeah. So, no, not on my channel. I never got that yet. I think it's only for monetized channels. I think it might be only for monetized. I don't know. I never seen them on the non-monetized ones. But that don't mean that the non-monetized channels don't benefit from having, subscribers, of course. You need them just as much as I do. Absolutely. So we'll see if we can try to keep that. This is an important first step. Keep those subscribers are important to most channels. And so let's see. Hi, Bradley. Good morning to you. Good morning, Bradley. Ebony, of course, Gucci. Hammer Nails, Rusty. Yeah, Rusty the Cat. He's just as much a part of the show as everybody else is. Yes, he is. Good cat, though. He's a big part of the show. He's been very happy since we cleared off this tabletop. But I gotta organize my drawers on my desk, too. Oh, yeah. Get ready to dump a whole pile of electronic dross all over the tabletop and sort through it. Thanks. This headphones act as a headband to keep the hair from getting all snarly. You know, what you can do on this channel, Michelle, what? We don't need Restream on this channel that much. So, we don't need Bottrix, but we need Restream now. Yeah, I know. Hey, Bottrix. Get out of here. I don't need you. I can take you out. Because I don't need Bottrix on my channel. Because I can't make money on this channel with Bottrix. Which is a shame, but true. But if you want to donate, the donate link I posted last time, you certainly can use that. And click on those links to donate if you want to. They still work. So I'll keep that one link from Restreambot. Well, yeah, Restream spams because it got politics on the side too. But I'm just saying we don't need a local politics on this side right now. There's just too many layers of stuff. Oh, okay. Now imagine if that was a real ear, how that would hurt so bad. Yeah, we have to watch that. Sometimes we forget to check that. I know. How you doing? So, just so what's your plans for Silver Moon tonight? The usual fare. The usual fare. So, let's like we did last time. YouTube has been adding to its automated created playlists, so trying to come up with a personal mix. Yeah. And so we'll probably use some of that. Just like last time. A little bit of rock, pop, 80s, 90s, some Brazilian, Puerto Rican, some of your stuff, my stuff, their stuff. Yeah, it makes sense. All right, so let's get the panel link open. It's HVR. Yep, HVR. Something that, by the way, coming up is the 2 different doctor's appointments. The 11th is the APRN appointment for general health. And the second one is the, is going to be the dentist on the 16th of June. So, we have 2 things going on this week. Now, in the case of the general health care follow-up, and let's see if I can fix this here, because it is kind of uncomfortable. Okay. It's the ears. It's the ears that get stuck underneath these headset. Alright. Yeah, that's better. So it caught on my cables on my headphones. Alright, so I can't give out any more free memberships because of 2 reasons. They no longer offer free memberships anymore. YouTube got rid of that. They don't have free memberships anymore. Now they cost money. They gotta pay money, and Lumi's channel doesn't have memberships because I'm not monetized. I can give out memberships on Kick, but they ain't free. They're $5.99 each. So to give out 10 of them, I have to spend $60 on my credit card. Which means it's going to cost me money to give away free memberships that no longer exist. Same thing with YouTube. So, that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, it's kind of stupid because they had the free memberships and then they got rid of the free memberships, and now you got to pay for the memberships that you want to give away for free on both Kick and YouTube. So that's going to be a thing to keep in mind. It's the way it's becoming these days on these social media platforms. They're all doing that. It's a money making scam, and they know it, and they don't care. Nope, they don't care. It's just money for them. Hey, pay me. I want more. I want more. I want more. I want more. I'm broke. Too bad. Bye. It's true though. They do that. It's like all these sites are doing that. Nickel and diming you to death. Someday we're gonna have to have a Los Angeles riot just to bullshit about that. I think you're right. I think you're right. I think we'll end up having. Yeah, well, speaking of the riots going on in Los Angeles for 2 days, Trump was very happy that the National Guard was able to control the situation. One of the riots that occurred in a prison resulted in a death row inmate that was supposed to be killed by the state was killed instead by the mob. They offered him life-saving technology at the infirmary, but he still ended up dying. Gee, why don't you just go ahead and just save him the aggravation and just kill him right there and then? He was already being killed by the mob anyway. Save your poison for somebody else. Yeah. Yeah. I wish we could fix some of the things in the world, but it seems like some things are not really fixable. No. One of the things right now we need to do is, in the future, is get some neat little cubbies or those, like, parts bins that you sometimes see that you can use to store all the parts, because me and Lumi were going through all this. You got a bag of this. You got a bag of this. You got a bag of this. You got a whole bag of parts of this. More parts in the drawer. This, that, these, the other things. All these parts that have to be sorted through for the different applications because there's just so much stuff in here. And this is just a drawer. And if you start going through the green bags, there's even more electronic parts and stuff in there that have to be sorted. We just didn't have time to go through it all because it would take. We don't have enough plastic bags to hold all the pieces. No. I'm thinking more like we need some more of those nice little plastic bins to store all the pieces because we just got so much stuff. It's ridiculous. Cords, cables, plugs, jacks, odds and ends, here and this, there and that. Tomorrow, by the way, our print server's coming for $24. Yeah, that's gonna be hooked up tomorrow, and that's gonna be configured up. It's already connected. The Ethernet port cable's already connected, so that's working right now, so that we can actually remotely print anywhere, in the building. Yeah, I've been working on it though. Every month I've been trying to figure out where to put the stuff. Because I collect so many pieces over the years. Connectors. Michelle knows this. We get connectors, plugs, cables, duplicates, triplicates. Just because sometimes we lose one, and then we think we have to get a replacement because we didn't know where it is, and then we find the original piece like a couple months later, and then it's like, now instead of having 2, for example, dongles, we end up with 4. And, oh well, that happens. Like I said, it happens, but it could be worse. I guess it's better than ending up with 4 instead of 0 is a better situation, I think. So this week we have besides the print server coming, we have the APRN to meet up with the new APRN and discuss medical health. And then we're gonna, on a Monday, we have the dentist. Uber is scheduled to take me there, take me home. And so we'll get that done. Yeah. Hi, Don. Good morning. Good afternoon. How are you doing today? Good afternoon. So, yeah. It's just weird that we had the problem when trying to go live that you had a couple weeks ago about YouTube or Restream saying it couldn't make a connection. It's because the server was busy, I think. Oh. At least you didn't do the same mistake I did and kept trying to start the stream over and over and over and over and over again. No, because once I saw what happened the first time, I just fixed it, and then we restarted the stream and managed to get through on a good socket. Yeah. So you're gonna do a Wednesday night show again? Yeah, but I think we'll do with a couple differences. Number one is, can we send an extension cord out the window so we can plug in some things into the mains, like another one of these light fixtures, like the one that's on your ceiling here, so you can have better light? Yeah, we need to. It would help a lot. And then I want us to be able to play records and things like that. Well, records? Either that or MP3s. But I think MP3s might be a little easier than, because your tablet can play music. Yeah, that's true. And then you can just get the other headphones that are sitting in the bedroom, and then they could, or even either use the gaming headset, which is not really loud enough, or we can just use the same headphones like the other Nova 40s, and then bring those outside with an external microphone. No, she's not. She's been fine. Well, the people that's been out of control has been Red lately, not Michelle. I mean, after all, Red has been following Michelle on Turtle Wow and trying to cream her over and over again, and like she told the Gaming Fairy, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to just basically all work together to defeat them. How you doing, Bianca? Welcome to the show today. I kind of miss it. We haven't been going outside that much because going out to Cumbies because I feel a little fatter. You're a little fatter, I think. Yeah. But that's because of that reason you said. Now, management didn't get back to me yet, but I'm thinking this tomorrow, I think I'm going to rattle their cages a little bit and go, hey, you know what? I haven't heard anything from any manager yet at all. What's going on? You know. Oh, we can send a message to him this afternoon. Oh, David S., how you doing today? And yeah, I think we will send another message to companies again saying, hey, we haven't heard anything from any manager at all. Nobody called us. Nobody emailed us. No one sent us a letter. Nobody did anything. Since it's obviously that district manager isn't contacting us, maybe the division manager might just pull rank and say, I'm getting involved. Well, they miss us because we kept buying their stuff all the time. But we are watching our budget because of the teeth. But sooner or later, it was good for us, good for them. We got the sun, they got people on the porch, they got a chance to make a lot of sales, and that's what they need as a store. They like to make money, and we got something in return too. The place to sit down and get some sunlight. The problem with our porch is you don't really get sun in the back because it faces the north. You might get a little bit of morning sun, but we're not up in the morning. So for us, that doesn't really work. Yeah. No, they can't get it for harassment because Michelle's not harassing. They said that their manager wasn't get back to her. They never got back to her. So therefore, that's not harassment. If she gave them at least a week, 2 weeks, and then asks them nicely, hey, I haven't heard nothing from anybody yet. What's going on? That's not harassment. Harassment is when you start hounding them every day. Michelle hasn't hounded them at all. She's been very professional about it. Don't matter. They still need to get back to Michelle and tell her that. Or at least they should at least let her explain her side of the story. That's not unreasonable. Hello, Gaming Fury. How you doing today? Well, too bad. They're going to get my business. Because they're being rude. And that's not nice to the customers to be rude like that. They said that they were going to get the manager to contact us. Manager never reached out to us. No emails. I don't give a fuck what it tells them. I'm just going to be honest with them, and so is Michelle. Look, we did not do anything really wrong. That card already, that name was removed before I even gave it out to the kids. Exactly. Okay? That was scratched out long before. That wasn't even active anymore. There is no answer because they haven't given it yet. That's what Michelle wants to know why. That's being rude on their side. They need to at least give an answer. It's not like Michelle is asking for an impossible dream. She wants to know. She wants the right to appeal, or she wants the right to explain her side of the story. That should be not a problem. And if you're a company, you want to make sure, even if you are upset with a customer, that the customer at least gets a clear, defined answer. Especially when you say, yes, we'll have the district manager reach out to you, and the district manager doesn't even bother to lift his finger. What did that tell you? It tells me that they're not doing their job. Especially after you give them like 2 weeks. You give them 2 weeks, and they said they're going to reach you, and they don't reach you. No, I don't agree with that attitude. I don't. If I was a manager and I was upset with somebody, I would, of course, reach out to them and say, listen, so-and-so, the way I feel about it is as such. Now, what would you like? How would you like to solve the problem? Because we don't want this to become another problem again. That's what I would say to them. And I would listen and see what the customer says. And if I don't think that's going to work, I'm going to say nicely, I'm sorry, I don't think that's going to work for us. But thank you for reaching out to us. Notice how I'd be polite and say, but thank you. I don't think that's going to work. That's what I would have said. I wouldn't sit there and go like nothing. Like it's, I would never be like that. That to me, that's just rudeness. Michelle gave them over 2 weeks to get back to them after they said they were going to get the district manager to reach out to Michelle. And they didn't even bother. Nor did they tell corporate why they didn't get back to Michelle. You would think that corporate would have said, well, according to the district manager, he said no. But they didn't even know that. They never contacted us back. In fact, Cumberland Farms corporate said, we will have the district manager reach Michelle, and Michelle has been waiting for almost a month for an answer. Well, I think that was rude. And I'm going to still push it. I know you will, but politely push it. Don't be red. I'm not going to be red. I don't like the way Red's dealing with things either, but I would just be polite about it and say, look, I want to be communicated with. Well, I don't think it's something Michelle should back down from personally because rudeness is non excusable. And if Michelle ever went back there without getting clear okay from management, she would end up there for criminal trespass. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter now. It's water under the bridge for right now. By the way, the temperature for next week is going to be cooler late today. By Thursday, it's going to be sunny, but it's not going to be too hot, though. It's going to be mild like it is right now. Yeah, it's going to be mild. Well, they don't realize that one of the things is that because we are on social media, we can make their lives a living hell if we really wanted to. I wouldn't do that. It's not worth it. You forget to get you that we are on social media. We have a lot of clout in this town. But we'll leave that alone for right now. I don't want to mess up my show down with that. On top of the other topics we've covered, on Michelle's channel, other topics. But just the thing is that I don't have a lot, but because I'm on YouTube. Do you realize how much damage we can do on social media if we really wanted to really get back at somebody? Yeah, but I wouldn't waste my time, Michelle. It's not worth. It's not worth it for us to waste our time on this. It really isn't. You're not gonna get anything except you're gonna be sitting there doing like Keffels did against Kiwi Farms, yelling at the top of your lungs, screaming at the top of the rooftops of how Kiwi Farms is terrible trolls ruined your life on your trip to Ireland, and then basically was ratting you out and getting you kicked out of hotels one after the other. That's kind of what would happen. So in that case, but she did make Kiwi Farms go down a couple times. No, I'm not Cuffles. I'm a lot smaller than Cuffles. Yeah, you're a lot smaller. You're not even part of that group anyway. But the thing is, but the show is trying to approach it on a more mature level, which is understandable. Is he current bills or old bills? Let's see. Bank statement. And this is the electric bill. Yeah. Okay, which electric bill is this one? Let's see. Okay, it's obsolete. It's an old bill. All right, so what? You saying Fairy has no common sense? That's ridiculous. Social media is the worst place to talk about what you did. The trolls would tear you to pieces. I know that. Michelle may not be the biggest star in the world, but at least in this case, Cumberland Farms' district manager should have at least returned the message to her. It's been over a month. Well, anyway, I'm not going to worry about that right now. Anyway, the thing is that Michelle does have a valid point in some ways. So do you all. But the thing is that Well, maybe it's time we call them up on the phone instead of email. But we need the emails because the fact is that gives a paper trail. Right. But if the manager doesn't want to send the emails, then we have no paper trail either way. Because if you listen to the phone calls, remember, this is not a one party state. So you can't record the phone call and then use that as because you have to know that they're being recorded in Connecticut. No, Michelle wasn't going to physically go there. She realized she can't go on the property. But what she was saying is if she contacts corporate on the phone and explains that she's been waiting for the district manager to call and they never called or emailed or called her, despite the fact that they had her email address. On one sense, Michelle is right. Let's go through this real quick. That address is already removed from the card long before she handed it out. That address is already disconnected completely. So it's nothing connected to that email address. If they say, well, you're trying to make business on our business, that's kind of hard to say that's right because it's not. Because Michelle did give out a business card. So in other words, Michelle was trying to make business on their business. That's soliciting. So in that sense, you're right. No doubt there. But I mean, you gotta look at it from both sides. Michelle and I have been trying to do that. You're calling Stan. What do you think Stan's gonna do? Stan is not my lawyer or not my attorney. Michelle wasn't soliciting a minor. She didn't know it was a minor. So that's the question. Even Chris Bliss said he looked like he was an older teen. '18-year-old, we thought he was 18. I gave him a card to my Baltimore, to my YouTube channel. And it had the old address all removed with magic marker from long before I even handed him the card. Well, I'm not going to argue about that. I agree. Me and Michelle don't really want to argue about it because in some ways it is kind of stupid. I don't. I don't disagree. It's stupid. I think it is stupid. Gizzy, you have no idea what it's like to live with a Virgo. Sorry, Michelle. You can be really stubborn sometimes. Um, right. We don't. We don't need any more yam ranchers around here. I have to say that both sides are right here, but for different reasons. So let me explain why. If you look at what Michelle's saying, the company said that they were going to have her return call to her, but they didn't. That's rude. Did Michelle do something wrong? Yes. However, a rudeness does not make it correct. No. And as Michelle tried multiple times politely, and it's got working, so I personally don't know if she should keep reaching out to them or not. But it's certainly a waste of her time. Well, I would certainly like to see the same thing. At least the manager should said, "Fuck off." He didn't even do that. Well, that's because if he did, then it would be bad reputation response from the company. Oh boy. Let me see what this restream pointed out. I'm just curious. Oh, okay. Right. I already posted that anyway on the top. So it's not worth it though. Don't worry about it. Just let it go. Now, as far as what you're saying about you need to sort out your wire bags. Yes, you do. You got so much cords you don't even know where they all are. It says that store. They didn't say any other companies, but that's. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but if a woman says don't put it in her ass, and you call her and keep and say please, but don't get it called back, man, time to move on. Same difference, different situation. Well, okay. So anyway, what are we gonna do tonight? Silver Moon, 7 o'clock. Okay. Well, now on the issue of Red on Turtle WoW, because he wants to play PvP, then we have the right to actually defeat him as well. Oh yeah, you do. Yeah, that's why we want to try to get that straight now. But like Carmen said, is it really worth it? No, no, it's not. It's just not worth it. You can keep sitting there and fighting the same battle for the next 4 years, and then basically realize you're just gonna be keep getting no to your ears over and over again. Well, we want to be safely appreciated too. McDonald's likes me, yeah, but the problem with their food is too many calories. Let's be honest, Michelle. How many calories is the pizza? 330. Okay. Lemonade. Um, I'm not sure. I can go as by my country time lemonade, which is about 4 cups. That's 400 calories. All right, so that's 800 calories. The donuts about 250 calories. Just say 300 calories each. All right, so you take two of those. That's 600 plus the 800 for the lemonade and the pizza. Okay, that's that's almost a whole day's worth of RDA recommended daily allowance. Yeah. On top of that, the manager even before that wanted to get rid of Michelle. So that was. Oh, calories exist, just as BTUs do in fuel. But right now, I think we got some bigger fish to fry this month. First of all, we got the print server coming tomorrow. Yep, that's gonna be nice. So we'll be able to put the printer actually where it is actually sitting right now. I'll show you where it is right now. Okay, it's remote camera time. All right, so there is the printer over there on the table, and what we're gonna do is we got get the print server that connects in by network so that. Can I see the screen there? Yeah, you're showing gibberish. Oh, no, I see in the corner. Yeah, it is. Next to the getting to in your picture. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to be using a TCP/IP print server to remotely connect that printer to all the computers in the house so they can all be used to print. Well, calorie is the amount of heat necessary to read 1 milliliter of water 1 degree Celsius. BTU is something similar, which is the amount of heat necessary to read. Was it 1 ounce of water 1 degrees Fahrenheit? Something like that, right? Yeah. It's like 5,000 BTU air conditioner. So does that mean? What exactly does that mean? If it's one amount of energy needed to reach 1 ounce of water 1 degrees Fahrenheit, you're saying 5,000 BTUs. Does that mean it reaches the water temperature up to 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit? It's per hour, so you'll figure it out what it is per minute. Right. Well, in the case of air conditioners, sometimes it's measured in kilowatts in the European standard. So you go through how many kilowatts of cooling you get. Another confusing term. It's weird. Well, so we got some more positive work that we're doing too. First of all, Michelle is taking 6 multivitamin supplements a day. Just to give you an idea, she's taking magnesium citrate, which is to help build bone and works with vitamin D3 in her calcium to encourage bone density buildup, along with K2, which is a vitamin, not the street drug, that is supposed to make sure that the calcium is being absorbed by the bones and not by other places of the body where you don't want calcification. And I think that's great, but it's going to take a lot more than a couple weeks before. If Michelle is worried about osteoporosis of the jaw, it's going to take a lot longer than a couple of weeks to rebuild bone density in the jaw. Yeah, it would. Yeah. Well, one thing is, Michelle's used to eating shake and bake. Pretty much instant foods that she can shove in the toaster oven and eat because, like, she doesn't usually have a lot of time to cook between shows. Take, for example, tonight, tonight's show, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, we end my show. Then she has to put something in the toaster oven, get ready to eat dinner, and then 7 o'clock, she has silver moon. I know one girl who could eat like a horse but never put on any weight. She weighed 115 pounds, soaking wet, and couldn't eat more food than I can. Yeah, my dad was the same way. He could do the same thing. He could just eat the whole buffet table and not really get fat. Me? No, I can't. I'm thinking if I don't start looking like comedy flu at the end of a week. Yeah, it's a problem. It's Michelle's trying to undo years of damage, and I understand that, but it's still going to take quite a while to. Yeah, but the thing is, Michelle also wants to reach out to her audience too and do as many shows as she can. But sometimes she's so tired, physically and emotionally, that by the time she tries to get it all together, she only can handle like a few hours a day before she basically has to pack it in, and that's what she does. Like lately, she's been sleeping a lot more. Yeah. We didn't even place a grocery order this week. No, we didn't. We gotta get one in soon. Um, but Michelle's so worried about her teeth budget that she's afraid to spend more money because she's afraid that she may not have enough money. So she's trying to be very, in survival mode. So, yes, the one tarot reading was right. You are worried about your money. And we know why. But you have a 524 in your savings account, which is excellent. $524, people, in her savings. Which is more than most Americans have right now in their savings accounts. So Michelle did buck a trend. She has more money in the savings accounts than the large majority of American people. But I also do agree that, like Robert F. Kennedy or Robert Kennedy Jr. said, is that some of the food that has been mixed in with our processed food is making Americans sick, and I don't disagree with that. Absolutely. No, problem not solved, because if Michelle loses any more density in her bones, there won't be nothing to put the anchors in to hold the fake teeth in. He does. He says that about Michelle. I mean, he's trying to make positive changes too. Just like Michelle's trying to make positive changes. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Michelle likes comedy flip. And she explained that sometimes she does kind of tease him, but that's not because she doesn't care about him. Because she does care about him. That's why. She's, wants him to know that he needs to keep working on his efforts. Exactly, David. That's what I'm saying, the average American. Because it's true. Right now, with the way the American economy is, most people don't even have any money in their savings accounts. I'm sorry, brain dead. Michelle does care, though. Well, anyway, as far as Red goes, since in the game he wants to play PvP, he should be aware that we have the right to also defend our players too. So I don't know why he likes to play like that by himself. That's a good question. Why does he want to do that? I don't know what a real reason why he wanted to do that is. Yeah, I understand David S. I understand that 100%. A lot of Americans do, actually. I'm also concerned about what's going on with Krista Craig Sr. Um, and I'm sure there might be other people that are going through similar things that really, really weigh on my mind right now. Because I wish I could help them to avoid the calamities that they're going through, and I don't know how to begin the process of making things better. Well, it's not because of that. Now, Golden Girl hasn't been here right now either. They're probably at the beach. They were here on my channel yesterday. They were on your channel yesterday. Absolutely, they were. They're probably out at the beach, guys. Because Golden Girl said that she wanted to go kayaking again, so. The water's a little cooler right now. The air's cooler, but still, you know, why not enjoy the nice weather when you can? I think the sad truth is, I think Michelle's just frustrated. I really do think she's frustrated. I see Michelle's always telling me that she feels stuck. In a way, she is stuck. I mean, she cares about everybody. She wants to help them, but she realizes she doesn't know how. Because Michelle doesn't know how she can help Krista find a place to live long term, no more than she knows how to help Craig Sr. in his situation, or some other people that are having similar problems that reached out to Michelle was letting her know that there are things going wrong. And Michelle wants to help, but she doesn't know how because she doesn't have the resources to help everybody. Ah, okay. But Sarah doesn't come around either. I know Sarah realizes that she made a mistake, which she did, but the truth of the matter is Michelle and I don't have any personal thing against Sarah. I don't really know why she did that, what she was doing, but still, you know, you know. And what happened to Miss Anthropic? She's going out with Bubbles. Yeah, okay. Or so it's said. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know either. Well, this year has been an interesting year, that's for sure. So many have passed through, so many have passed on. Craig Sr. is a 76-year-old man who's taking care of his wife with senile dementia at home. Her special care for her illness ate up all of their savings account. They got foreclosed on. He was kind of had no choice but to put his wife in a nursing home. And when they lost the house, and now he's living in his motorhome. And Michelle feels bad for him because it wasn't his fault. He truly wanted to give his wife the best care he could. But unfortunately, he couldn't keep it up anymore because when he got foreclosed upon, he had no place to go. So the only thing he could do was just put his wife in a place that he said he wouldn't put his wife in a nursing care program and try to find a way to protect himself from being truly homeless and take his motor home and hit the road. No, he doesn't. He hasn't been buying my jobs for about a year now. That's why we switched to lutein instead, because lutein is known to be more functional on the eyes than N-acetylcholinesterase, which tends to be questionable if it really is good for your eyes at all. Well, Comedy Flu is in the Discord. Why don't you ask him? I'll ask him later, Lum. Yeah, I'll ask him later. So, and I'd like to see everybody be happy, but I just don't know if we can. Michelle, you can't make everybody happy, no matter what you do. You don't have the infinite resources to do that. I don't know if Comedy Flow ever been on my channel much. He had been on your channel a few times. I don't even see Tiger Kitty here. No, Tiger Kitty's not here either. I mean, same thing. She's probably enjoying the nicer weather outside. See, that's what I'm saying. It's the weather outside. It's Sunday, so people are probably outside enjoying the nice weather. And that's because it's summer. That's true. So maybe we should do the same thing. Maybe we should put this show on hold until the wintertime. Well, we try. That's what this channel tries to do. Let's see if we can start by doing something with Silver Moon. You know, And yeah, we got to sort all those baggies of parts because we have absolutely no idea what's in all those baggies of parts. As we have so many bags of parts and plugs and I don't know if anybody wants to see us sorting through a whole pile of plugs. Let's start with the drawer first, because I think the drawer would be the easiest one to do first. Yeah. Oh no, we use a lot of these connectors and stuff for different things. And the thing is, these little tiny plugs are, like a USB A to USB C connectors to USB C to micro USB connectors. We use those connectors all the time, plus the RJ45s and all the other plugs. No, it's not. Michelle bought a lot of these plugs over the years. The problem is we don't even remember how many we have. We started to sort some of them out. Oh, we use them and then they get lost, and we buy replacements, and then we find the ones we bought, and then we end up having two sets of plugs. Well, Kinsey, look at it from Michelle's point of view. Okay, I mean, there's a lot of things she does use the connectors for, but now we are in the process of trying to get another project going. No, well, they're not technical people. They don't know. I know. I know. Well, it's also the things that are mixed in there that are definitely broken that are going to be thrown out. I mean, there's a lot of broken pieces in there. That drawer, and I haven't gone through it yet, but there's always like a bottle cap or a few pieces of paper or thumbtacks or things like that. Well, they're not cords; they're little adapters that plug on the end of cords. But cords, oh, that's a whole nother story. There are so many cords in our drawers. If you go through probably not. I don't think that'd be a good idea. Well, we had a great time on the trip. I really kind of don't think that would be a good idea to be a regular thing. Well, that's what I mean. That things get thrown in the drawer that we forget a lot about, and then we go back in there, and next thing you know, we find the drawer is a big pile of miscellaneous pieces that then we go, why do we save this for? Why do we save that for? Um, or little unusual pieces of wire samples which are rarely used, and I think it's a human thing. We just collect garbage over the years. It just collects up, you know. And then we also do the same thing mentally too. We tend to collect a lot of things in our head, and then we say like, we start thinking about all the stuff that we keep, all the memories we have, and some of them are just broken pieces of history that doesn't even connect up with anything. And then you go, oh, why am I thinking about, when I was 5 years old and stuck my finger in a socket for? You start thinking about that stuff, right? You're like, why did I do that? What was I thinking? I don't know. You didn't know much about electricity at 5. Absolutely not. Oh yeah, we got wire scraps. Wiggy sent us so many of them. Little bags of wire scraps. And then someone sent us upholstery samples. We got a whole package of upholstery samples. Oh, yeah, CDs. Oh, that we were going through this earlier. Somebody got us on this church's mailing list, Copeland, and he made this CD. And then his wife made a music CD, and we got these mailed. Then we got these from the Church of Scientology. And then I'm like, why do we got all these? You know, it's like over and over again. It's like all this stuff. It's crazy. It is crazy. Now, is this a music CD or is this a video DVD? It doesn't say. Well, why don't you bust the bubble, baby, and open it up and find out what's in it, because I'm curious. Is it a CD or is it a DVD? Time to open up the package and look. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at this. What is this? Is this a CD or a DVD? Oh, fancy packaging. Jesus. Alright, so this is compact disc. It doesn't say if it's an audio disc or video disc. Oh, it says compact disc, but it doesn't say digital audio, so it could be a video disc too. Hold on, man. Let's get Noodles on. Go ahead, Noodles. How you doing?
Hey, Lumi. What's up?
Not much.
Yeah.
Just going through all the junk we collected over the years.
Lumi, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Now that we know what you look like in real life, are we
You know, look kind of like I do here with the wig on.
right? So now that we know what you look like in real life, are you sure that Franz whatever really raped you and murdered you?
I didn't get raped by Franz Mahler. That was Michelle. That was.
Wait, what?
In World War II, Franz Mahler, a Nazi soldier, raped Michelle, not me. I was still basically serving as Annette Thompson in San Francisco. I was actually killed by Big George, which killed my boss, Big Louie, but he couldn't want no witnesses, so he killed me too. And I defended Big Louie against Big George in a mafia issue. At a speaking of a organization that just was going from prohibition speakeasy to a licensed establishment. So unfortunately, for us, because I stood up for Big Louie, my boss.
Wait. I never heard of this before.
No, it's been discussed before. You just got to go back all the videos.
Okay. All right. Wait.
But the
So
point
Lumi,
is I'm not the one that was raped by Franz Mahler. That was Michelle that was.
so wait, you were around during Prohibition times?
Yeah, in my second life I was.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I was in San Francisco at the time. I was in Annette Thompson. I was what you would consider a kind of a early or entry level flapper. That was what I did. Because at the time, Prohibition ended just when I started out.
So you were murdered by Big Goomba?
I was murdered by Big George, which my boss Big Louie owed money to. Because he used to get all
Big Louie? Who was bigger, Big Louie or Big George?
I don't know. I would say they were about the same size, except Louie was a decent guy and George was just a flaming asshat.
Did you ever have to do any killing when you were in the mafia? I never heard this before.
No, I wasn't in the mafia. I just worked at the speakeasy, but then when Prohibition ended, we became a licensed brewery or alcohol dispensary. You know, we buy beer, well, in a bar. But because he owed money from the past, he had to pay up. And
So wait, you got caught up in a gunfight or something like that? Did Big Louie try to use you as
I got
a
caught up in the
shield?
middle of a gunfight. Yeah, pretty much.
Wow. I didn't know that about you, Lumi. That's
Dude, George, she
fascinating.
was a Chicago typewriter, and me and my boss.
Really?
Yeah,
How many bullets do you think you took?
I don't know. I was already already on the floor after the third shot, I think. Hello, Jantix. How you doing today? Good morning to you.
Okay, so Michelle was raped by Hans or
Right.
Franz, and
Yeah.
you were killed by
It
Big
was
Jimmy.
Franz, Franz, Franz.
Okay.
And at the time, I did not know that Francois was going to, that a few nights later was going to have offered me an engagement ring and a hand in marriage. I didn't find that out until after I was dead. Unfortunately, Francois, better known as Andrew, unfortunately couldn't take the fact that he lost out on the woman that he loved. That was his cashier at his gift store. So, unfortunately, he took the alcohol hard, and he still carries that residual karma even to this day.
And this is Francois.
That's Francois, yeah. So he's still carrying the residual karma from being the times of being Francois. He doesn't realize that. But Michelle does.
Okay. So Michelle was raped and murdered by Francois.
No.
You
Michelle was murdered and raped by Franz Mahler.
Oh.
Francois was her boss at the gift shop in Paris during the occupation of Paris. I know. Two Franzes.
It gets kind of confusing.
One's French, one's German. Okay. The difference is the French man fell in love with Michelle, and he was her boss when working in his gift store. Okay. The German soldier Franz Mahler was looking for the spoils of war.
People want to know, Lumi and Michelle, were you hermaphrodite back then?
No, I didn't live in Africa.
No, were you a hermaphrodite back then?
No, we had separate lives. We had separate lives when we were normal, standard people. Standard configuration back then. Yeah.
What do you think about this? That Michelle wants to do LSD, Lumi. What do you think about this?
We discussed that in the past. We said that we might want to wait on that because it's kind of risky. It's not really a high priority thing. It's not worth the risk without proper safety precautions put in place.
Okay. No, that's good. That's good, Lumi. I'm glad that someone could talk some sense into Michelle. I thought it was a bad idea, but she wanted to do it, and I don't know if you really enjoyed the experience of the 200 milligrams of THC.
Yeah. The only thing is, I really would hate to see what would happen if we had used more than that, because the fact is that took us offline for almost 48 hours.
Lumi, do you realize that Michelle is kind of a stoner? Do you think who do you think she gets that from? And is that
Michelle is
issue?
kind of a stoner in a way. She's also kind of a drinker in a way too. That's why she chose to stay away from alcohol. Because Michelle already knows that alcohol is running in her family as alcoholism, and she doesn't want to be part of that. She doesn't
why does Michelle want to get involved in LSD?
Well, she just wants to know what the experience is compared to the marijuana is, which I understand that.
Okay.
But it's not really reasonable. I mean, in a way, it's reasonable to find out the research with proper safety protocols, but I don't think it's a good idea to do it.
All right, so you think we can go like drug-free this year, Michelle? I mean, Lumi? Do you think that maybe we can talk Michelle into going drug-free in 2025?
Well, she pretty much is. I mean, she's alcohol-free now. She doesn't drink anymore.
Like I'm talking about caffeine, nicotine, and
Well, Michelle's always going to have her coffee. That's pretty much her main one. And the tobacco is her second one, but that's all she really uses.
Do you think we can cut it out this year?
Okay, let's ask you, Noodles, what if you were to try to do the same thing? But also, what
Sure.
if you wanted to be fast food free? You probably would tell me straight out to shut my pie hole. Because you know dang well that you love your fast food.
Well, I'll put it to you this way, Michelle. I mean, Lumi, I'm not really sure how that works, but I'm gonna tell you something right now. I gave a pussy for 9 years. 9 years. I can do anything, Lumi. Anything.
What do you mean?
When was the last time any of you have given up pussy? Pussy.
Not much. Not long recently. We pretty much just mostly spend time on ourselves. That's it.
When was the first time you and Lumi actually spent that type of time with each other? Like, how long ago was this? Like, when did you guys first
About a
start
week
getting
ago.
romantic?
No, about a week ago. Yeah, last week I think it was. We did some.
No, 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 no. I'm saying, when did it first start?
When did we first start?
Yeah.
When we got married? A little bit before that. So I would
Was
say
Lumi
maybe
doing
about
stuff to you when
January
you were
of
a teenager?
2011.
Hmm.
Yeah. X straight is. What does that mean? Anyways, first, you know, the decision not to drink. I certainly understand why Lumi and I both felt that that was a little bit too much because what happened on her birthday party. So since that time, that's kind of when we started cutting back. And then
You
I
kind of got
finally just said,
abusive
all
that night,
right, I
right?
said no more because I was becoming almost a daily thing, and I didn't want that to become a daily thing. I didn't want to become like my father when he could, his whole life involved around beer before he quit drinking. I just decided it was just best not to get to that level.
Yeah. So maybe Michelle, maybe we should stay away from like LSD and marijuana and all that stuff. How about that?
Normally, Michelle does. She doesn't really find it all that exciting because it took a whole 2 days out, at least 2 days out of her life that she wasn't able to do anything productive at all. And the fact was is that after that night with the comedy flu and Golden Girl, she didn't really do anything on weekends, so it was kind of a shame.
Yeah, they kind of disappointed us, Michelle. We thought it was going to be a lot more action packed. There was no action, and there was nothing packed, Michelle. Nothing.
Well, like I said, we also felt bad because we realized that they came out here, we had a good time when they were here, but then when we got into the edibles, that was just about, it was just a little bit too much.
Yeah, it was game over.
How do you have sex when when Lummy's not a separate person? It's complicated. Just leave it at that. Yeah, I would just leave it at that. Um, but I think Ryan kind of knows the process. I think. Oh yeah, I'm sure Ryan Toth knows the process. um, but you know, I just know is that I want to get the teeth fixed. Next week, we're going to start looking at the situation with the teeth. This week, I got a doctor's appointment on the Thursday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and so we're gonna go down there, walk down there to the doctor's office, do our appointment there, And then walk home, the weather's going to be hospitable too. Yeah, it is. Well, even so, to try. If we can, what do you, Michelle? Is there anything you wish that you did in your life a couple of years ago? If you know now what you should have known then. Yeah, I would have liked to have gotten a better dental plan to start with. Oh yeah, definitely better dental plan. Yeah, I definitely agree. Because the problem with the preferred RX plan from the other company there was they didn't. It was only a Medicare Part D plan, but it did not give us really a good deal on the. Didn't that other company offer you another Medicare supplement plan at the time, but it was expensive, and you said nope because you thought you were gonna lose out? Yeah, but I didn't really give him a thought back then until Patty suggested this one, which we are now, which works better. Yeah, well, chalk one up for experience, honey. It's okay. Um, I think you do better now without you got the ability, the $135 a month to get the proper over the counter medications and vitamins you need every day, to the proper dental treatment, proper hearing treatment, proper eye treatments. Yeah, you're making better moves now. Good morning, Ebony. How you doing today? So, apparently says women need to start approaching men in this age. Well, some do. Some do. Not all, though. Well, when it comes to me and Michelle approaching anybody, it's kind of complicated because I'm married to Michelle first, and we have to both agree if it's worth the risk. And then the other person that we approach needs to know you date one, you date the other for free. Very true. Yeah, well, right now, Bradley, a lot of people are on the low income side right now, so it's not just you. There you go. Bradley, she just said gave you an offer, but the problem is you have to get down to Maryland or you have to get to Connecticut. Well, I think it's. I don't think it's unreasonable. I think it's. I think you'll be fine, Michelle. Over the years, Have you ever noticed that it seems like what screen resolution are you using? What do you mean? Because oh, that's a good question, Michelle. Because I don't think this thing is folded up the full screen. Ah. Oh. Oh, that's a great question. Hold on, let me check that out. You're right. I didn't even check that. See, what we noticed is that over here in the Google Meets, are you using the ability to do full screen? Transform full screen. Yeah, that's better. There you go. All right, so now flip that back. Okay, see. Well, yeah, it's better, but it's not much. Yeah, we had the screen a little small. Sorry about that. I think Ebony's a wonderful person. So does Michelle. We both truly do care about Ebony. Was he gonna make a barbecue? I'll say a campfire. Well, burning leaves anyway. Well, I hope Noodles is keeping an eye on that fire. Why does that look... Well, it's partially in the proper designated fire dispensary. Yeah, he's watching it. He's throwing something in it. Oh, okay. I don't know what though. Looks like he's making a bonfire on the porch to keep warm. And it's burnt. That fire's hot. Yeah, that one's really hot. See the redness? Yeah. Isn't yellow hotter than red? I think it's red is higher than yellow. So, Noodles, what are you doing with the fire pit there anyway?
Nothing.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's a reality concern because there have been several wildfires in New York and New Jersey and parts of Connecticut. So, you can see he's getting ready to cook something. It's a good question now. But as far as Michelle's concerns go, I don't think they're necessarily invalid. I think that she's got some valid issues. Okay, Brayden. Ebony, on a serious note, if you and Bradley ever got together, I think you'd be like that fire pit. That would be, I think, would be fun to see it. Used to be get some enjoyment out of it. Well, I don't get donations on this channel, unfortunately enough. Well, that's a good question. Well, fortunately, East Coast has been pretty moist this year, so I don't think we have to worry as much about catching fires easily right now, but that's what Michelle is upset about, is that she can't help everybody. She doesn't have the resources to make the world better. She wants to make everybody happy, but she doesn't know how she can do that. Like we said earlier in the show, so many people right now are hurting. Friends that we know are hurting. Krista, you, Craig Sr., maybe even a few other people that we don't even know about. The American people at large are hurting, and there's no way we can help them all. Michelle wants to, but she can't. No, the fire's stabilizing now. The wind is going a little bit to the west, because that's the way it is blowing in Noodles. Given that his backyard is the wind's going to the west. It looks like it's going to the east, but it's not. It's actually going to the west. Yeah. Michelle really hasn't been asking much for donuts lately. She really hasn't. No, thank you. But not interested in buying subscribers in Kick or Twitch. It's not worth it. Especially on Twitch, it's even more of a loss leader than on Kick. Because on Kick, we got more subs than we do on Twitch. Well, the fire looks like it mostly smoldered out. It's getting ready to cook something.
Get her. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. You know, let me see that.
446, Michelle. I know. I was saying Nuno's lost most of his fire.
So there were mice in there. There were mice in there, and they started running out. And the dogs killed all of them. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You want to see it? You want to see the dead mouse?
No, what? Oh. He's cremating mice?
No, Tino killed this mouse.
I see it. Yeah.
Good boy, Tino. Good boy. No, Wishbone, you can't eat that.
Well,
Good
that's what
boys.
those dogs do. That's what they catch.
Good boys.
What happens if we throw that mouse in the fire pit?
You want to cremate him?
You already did already, didn't you?
No. Should we cremate him? Let's cremate Michelle.
My dog was flung a squirrel this morning. Yeah. She's 12 pounds. Rusty's been finding some mice around too outside. Yeah.
Well, this thing ain't lighting.
Yeah. So he's gonna make another barbecue. Well, anyway, I guess it's almost time to get started for the night show for the Silverman Radio soon. It is almost time.
Michelle, we're cooking the mouse, Michelle. The mouse is about to get fried, Michelle.
I see it burning.
I can smell the mouse cooking, Michelle.
Yeah, it's the mouse that's burning,
Yep.
along with other fire around it.
That mouse is sizzling in there, Michelle.
Makes sense. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, Noodles, it's almost time for us to get ready to wrap it up. But
All right, Michelle. See you later. Thanks for having me, Michelle.
all right.
Bye. Lumi, bye.
All right. I'll see you soon. I love you too as a person, and we'll see you later on. Yeah. So I guess that's all there really is to say. So we're gonna play some music. Now that you got since you got the table free, then you're gonna sort through all the pieces in your drawer. Well, we could do some of the stuff in the drawer tonight. You don't, no, not really, because you got Silver Moon. Oh, that's true. All right. I guess it's time to wrap it up, guys. So thank you guys, and we'll see you all tonight at 7 o'clock on Silver Moon Radio, AM 1610 on Kick. So, no reason to make you suffer in agony. Well, it's not like we're trying to get suffer in agony. It just, we don't have a lot to cover today. No, not really. But as far as Cumberland Farms from a show, it's not worth it. As far as LSD, it ain't worth it. You got better things in life you can do. As far as taking multivitamins, no, those are worth it. Yes. So, Alright, guys, the service is done. Go in peace, love, kindness, and don't forget the party on, dude. And we'll try to see if we can get a Wednesday night show going out on the porch again, pursuant to the weather and temperatures. Yeah, that's obvious. So for now, bye bye. Bye bye, guys. Bye bye, everybody.
Michelle and Maria Lumi, I will always be there for you. Michelle and Maria Lumi, I will always be there for you. Michelle and Maria Lumi, I will always be there for you. Michelle, never stop believing.
Lumi shines with a spark so bright, chasing dreams through the endless night. With a heart full of wonder and a mind so free, she's here to share her world, come and see. It's Lumi's time, the story's hers to tell. Through the highs and lows, she does it so well. Come along, take the ride, feel the glow. Lumi's channels here, let the magic flow. From the stars to the sea, there's so much to find. A journey awaits with every step of the mind. Creativity flowing, she's ready to explore. Every moment's a chance to open a door. It's Lumi's time, the story's hers to tell. Through the highs and lows, she does it so well. Come along, take the ride, feel the glow. Lumi's channels here, let the magic flow. The adventure's just begun, so stay close and near. Lumi's here to light up the way, crystal clear. Lumi's time, the story's hers to tell. Through the highs and lows, she does it so well. Come along, take the ride, feel the glow. Lumi's channels here, let the magic flow. Let the magic flow. The adventure's just begun, so stay close and near. Lumi's here to light up the way, crystal clear.